You got a frog in your throat. We're live, Jerry. Let me mute this other side over here so we don't get some feedback. And all right. All right, it's muted. All right, everybody, good evening. It's Sunday, December 5th, 7 o'clock. Welcome. I'm having a brain fart. So I've been busy all day just doing random things, and I decided to pop the market open, and to my surprise, the market was up. So
Oh, is it?
Merry
Wow.
Christmas to us. We don't know if it's going to stay up or not. Looks like Crapto is taking 8%, but futures are up. I did put a poll out there. I kind of worded it right this time. So basically, as it sits right now, we've had 20 votes. We got 65% of the people, which I don't actually know how many people that is, but 65, 67%, whoever that other last vote that just came in there. 67 says no. So do you think the market return will be negative in 2022? And, we had a discussion on Thursday and going back and forth, James Rowe and I. He's a bear. He's a freaking bear, like, I mean, that's fine, I just don't see any reason for the market to go down, until they start raising interest rates, which is going to be a while, you know. So I just don't see it. Right now, they're still printing a bunch of money. They're still doing buybacks. They might start cutting that back, but they haven't started raising interest rates yet. We're not even close to an inversion. So, I mean, I just don't see it. His point really was, though, that it may not be a bear market, but it could be a negative year next year, right? And that's valid, right? But this is also the reason why we even have a market to begin with, because he thinks something, I think something, Jerry might think something else. So maybe you just want to comment on that, Jerry. Where do you think the market's going to go in 2022?
I voted no. I just I like I just don't I saw a article snippet that said that they expect growth to slow. So they expect growth to be like 4%. And I'm like, growth is growth, man. I mean, if you're getting 4%, 4% is 4%. Now I know that's not stock market returns. They can't predict that, but I don't see anything except money moving into the market. Where's it going to go when you pull it out?
Well, that's just the thing. There's a boatload of money on the sidelines, right? We've talked about this over and over and over, week after week, stream after stream. And that money, people are just aching to put money in the market. So even a 10% pullback, that's gives it fuel to go up higher and make a new high. And I think that's going to continue until something changes. This coronavirus, this omnicore, this freaking, hop, skip, and a jump, whatever you want to call it, Humpty Dumpty freaking market. I mean, I just don't think that that's a reason for it. Yeah, it caused a major sell off, but I think the market's gonna make a new high. I just don't know when. It could be before the end of the year. Who knows? We're not
Yeah, it
that
could.
far off. I do expect more downside. I do expect that, but
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way the market goes. It's just like I'm having that issue with cash, right? Where do I put it? I was asking people, where high yield savings account. Oh, ooh, I'm getting excited because something pays 0.5%. And I'm like, that's not going to work. Not the way with inflation is going. It doesn't make sense to park cash, really.
no, and that's exactly the reason why I think the markets continue to make a high. Probably won't be a negative year in 2022. I just don't see it. You know, I mean that's I was just curious. I don't know how many people actually voted yes. It could just be a couple of people, but I would love to hear their arguments for the reason why they think the market could be negative next year. I want to hear it. Like if you say it's overvalued or whatever. I mean, when has that ever mattered? When does that ever really mattered? And where are you going to put the money if you do pull it out? Just like Jerry said, and there's so much money on the sidelines as it is waiting to come in. If you pull the money out, where are you going to put it? You know, there's interest rates pay nothing, CDs pay nothing, bonds pay nothing. You know, so all right, let me go through my week, and then we'll get to the comments in here and stuff. There's already a bunch of comments and stuff in there. So as the votes continue to come in, and we'll see if that changes. I just want to really hear the arguments. I don't know if people want to come on the stream and talk about it or not. That's an option as well.
Got to be registered to vote.
Yeah. I know it was a pretty rough week. Matter of fact, I got to pull my portfolio up or whatever you call it. But I'll just talk about the numbers before I get to the profit and losses. I don't think I actually took anything off last week as far as I remember. But I had lagging because I didn't put it up. But it was a rough week overall. I can say that. Just for the dividend portfolio alone, I shed quite a few $1,000s out of that. Let's see here. Dividends, options report. Shit. All right, so the numbers are basically net liquidation. I'm dropped all the way down to 290 from like 300 and something $1,000, and a lot of that's just Baba. Baba's freaking just destroyed me. Not only Baba, that's a part of it. So how much am I down on Baba right now? Baba, I'm down $7,500. So of the $15,000 that I'm down right now, half of it's in Baba. The other half is just in various positions. Most of it probably IWM. IWM, destroyed me. So we're going to do December. And so December for last week. All right, we'll let that go. And all right, so maintenance margin 46,000. Buy-in power usage 16%. Premium baking about 29.50. That's probably less than Gerry. And then long premium, which is all Baba right now, 11,900. I got invested in that. I added a couple more calls to those, and there's still another week, year and a half out. But when they dropped down to $600, and I paid I think over 3,500. They lowered the average down considerably, just adding another one or two contracts, and it really wasn't that big of a hit, But I don't really know what to expect with Baba. I could probably get out at 160, with a profit. So, yeah, I don't know if that's far-fetched or not. So, notational value, $560,000, and then options positions, 16 positions, contracts total 35. And then let's see, I took off last week. I took off two things last week, Gerry. I took off an IWM for $130. I took off a QQQ for 76. And I think what that really was that it's just the market spiked up. I got rid of it. It spiked all the way back down and went negative that day. And then I put more stuff back on. I've done that a couple of times, and that's basically what that was. So I took off $209 last week total. And did I put anything on new last week? Let's see here. I know I did. So last week I put on, obviously I did a couple of kind of day trades there, but I did put on two IWMs out to January 7th. And then with roughly about 7.6% probably in the money. Did a QQQ I put on out to January 21st, and with about a 6.8% probably in the money. So, and I also opened up, I was talking to James about this one on Thursday. I did open up a 345 put against the Qs in my Schwab account. So, got like $600 for that sucker. All right. Well, anybody has any questions about my week? I'm curious to hear about Gerry's week and see, because I know he's getting destroyed. So
yeah, I'm getting destroyed.
Whoa, we got some feedback here, Gerry.
Let me turn down my speakers here. But yeah, I am getting destroyed a little bit. I got probably 30% of my positions that are very close or in the money. But I still got 2 weeks ahead of me. So before some of those start really, expiring, I have nothing expiring this week. So I'm usually the type that'll wait till expiration to figure out what to do. With puts, you have that time factor in your favor. You don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks, right? We could just go on a run and then everything's going to be okay. But so last week, I only closed out like 2 positions. That's it. And one was a roll, a quote unquote roll of Art K. So I lost, I think I took a, I don't know, $200 hit on that. And then I sold a couple more out to January to gain more credit. But that's about it. That's all I done. Well, no, I'll take that back. I took on
What about that big loss you took?
Oh, that was 10-cent music. That was the leaps.
You just did that kind of for what, tax loss?
Yeah, I mean, I probably could have just sat on it and forgot about it, but I know that I'm going to be paying some taxes this year for sure. I got to guesstimate my taxes this next year.
Welcome to the club.
So I said, you know what? Let me just get rid of it. And, I could have easily did what you did with Baba. I could have easily averaged my cost down in a big way on that. But it's China. It's just unpredictable, especially the company that I was in. With Baba, it's probably a little different. So, I mean, I just had to make the choice and I just cut it. But other than that, I put on another 18 more positions, pulled in another 800 or so in premium. I do have a lot more premium than Dave cooking right now, and it'll probably just increase because if I'm going to need to roll some of these out to January, they're going to be, it's going to be a crazy month if we spike up in January. But currently, 29.9 in maintenance margin. It's expanded a little bit. So that's about 26% buying power. Opened another $800 in premium. I think I just said that. And I have 4,700 in premium cooking.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And it'll probably increase if I need to roll these things. So we'll see.
I forgot to mention, I do have something in the money right now. I only have one thing in the money right now, and that's an IWM. It expires December 23rd, so just right before the Christmas. It's a 215 put. I got a boatload of IWMs on. I think I have, let me see, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, 13 on or something like that. So, because it was the number one index that was selling off the most, over the last few weeks. So I just kept adding and putting more on. Might be a lesson there to learn. I don't know. We'll see. I don't mind taking some of the IWMs. I don't know if I want them all,
right.
But I might take some.
Yeah, it was down 7% in November. So
yeah, that's the reason why I kept. And the Qs were holding up very strong. So that's fine. I'll put some IWMs on. That's what I did. So I do have a 215 in the money. I do have a Boeing strangle on. I got Intel. Got a couple of Intels on. PayPal. Nothing else is in danger of being in the money. And that's still a few weeks out as it is right there. I do have a Baba put on. I don't know why I put this on. It's kind of getting double fucked, in a way, right? Double penetration because, it's like the Intel thing, right? Remember when I was long 2,000 shares and I sold 10 puts and stuff? So it's the same thing. I don't know. I just couldn't resist. So I do have a 90 BABA put on. I don't know if it's going to get down there, but honestly, what did I get for that? It really wasn't probably even worth it. It was $100, like that's all I got for it. But who knows? That expires January 21st, so it's got some time. That thing's down already $970. So
that was the hard thing for me this past week is trying to rein in, because I mean, when you have these markets, right, as a put seller, this is what you want, right? I mean, so it was a little difficult for me because I really have to manage it, looking forward and not looking right now. Because if I were to manage it looking right now, I would have been putting a whole bunch of premium on right now. But it is what it is. I did put on a SWBI. It missed earnings and went down like 30% or something like that. My Sherwin-Williams, my Smith & Wesson. So I couldn't resist that one. So
Gerry special. T got hammered this week. Not only did T get hammered, I looked at Verizon as well. Verizon got hammered as well. So it wasn't a T thing, but it did look like it possibly could have bottomed. Who knows? Let me bring up some comments here. We got All Good. What's going on, All Good? Gerry, trusty old Gary's here. What's going on, Gerry?
Almost
we got
first.
Bobby P. Official last day of corporate America was last Friday. This channel was a big part of part in providing me the confidence in putting my notice after I hit my fire number sooner than expected. Wow, that's awesome. So you beat me.
So he's down there playing golf.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing golf. He looks like he's a lefty golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a lefty myself, but I actually golf right-handed. My dad said, I don't want you to be a lefty golfer. They hooked the ball. So, yeah, that's kind of cool, Bobby. I'm looking forward to do it, too. I've never seen you in the comments on my channel ever, so you must be a lurker. I don't know if you even subscribe or not, but congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And if my channel, was just played a small role in that, that's awesome to hear, because honestly, I don't hear enough stuff like that. Not that I hear a lot of negative stuff either. It's just, it is what it is, right? So that's awesome. I'm going to be looking to do the same thing in about 4.5 months or so myself. So I guess I'll thank myself, because I don't know if there's anybody. I can kind of thank Mr. Money Mustache, because in general, he's the reason why I found fire, right? So, Gerry, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, Bobby, let us know what you're doing after you give up the chains.
We know what he's doing. He's going to be playing golf.
Is he going on a golf tour of America or the world or what?
I have no idea. I've played. Did I play? I don't think I played Pismo. I've been to Pismo Beach. But anyways, that's awesome here. Look at this here. Dividend drip. Corporate America. Yuck. My first thought is you've never even worked in corporate America, dividend drip. You literally got out of the military and you freaking went overseas and you were done. So I'm just busting his balls. Michael Kruger. What's going on, Michael Kruger?
Pretty.
Yeah, do we have any more votes here? Let's take a look. 45 votes. 69% is still no. 31% yes. So what I want to say is put it down there. Put it in the chat there. Just, 1 or 2 sentences of why you think the market would be negative in 2022 for voters. So, because there's less of you. So, when aristocrats and kings aren't enough anymore, buy in zombies. Yeah, I have zombie killers.
Yeah.
Just in case. Let's see here. Michael Kruger, sane market activity last week. Yeah, volatility has returned. Matter of fact, I was looking at I don't know what index to go by, but I'm looking at the VIX, not the VIX futures. The VIX is actually up on the year compared to where it was at the beginning of the year, right? It's up 13% on the year. So does that mean that premium is back, Gerry?
That doesn't mean that what?
Does that mean that premium is back to where it was when we were selling in January?
It seems like it. There's some nice premium out there.
Of course, back then we were, like 0.2 deltas.
We were
Probably
0.2
not me,
deltas
but
and 60% buying power.
yeah, exactly. $7,000 cooking. I haven't traveled much, so not familiar with most parts of the country. Looking to move eventually. Let's see here, for low cost of living or cost of living reasons. What's the most affordable part of the country that's still warm and low crime? Probably somewhere in the South is probably what I'd say. Not that I want to live down there, but it's probably the cheapest part. Gerry might know a little bit about this as well.
Yeah, I'm searching all through the South. There's small towns in Texas, small towns in anywhere along that freaking South, right? Small towns in Arkansas.
Yeah, so Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, all those states where I really don't want to live personally myself. I've been down there before. I did, tech school down there for military, and it's way too humid for me down there.
It's definitely humid, and I would say look at essentially small communities. When I'm looking at a community, because that's what I do a lot of times. I just go through Zillow, research all these communities, and I look at populations, and I'm like, the lower the better. I see 10,000 population, I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
I would say this too. You need to look at what's most important to you. Are no taxes important to you, right? No state taxes. What about low property taxes? Is that important to you? What about gun laws? Is that important to you? What about politics? Is that important to you? What about climate? What about, can you grow food there? I mean, do you care? Like, all that stuff matters, right? Because everybody's going to be different. Gerry has different requirements that I have. It looks like you're in Arizona right now, according to what you wrote down there. Arizona's not that bad, honestly. If you think Arizona's expensive, then you probably need to go to like a Wyoming or something.
No, Arizona has skyrocketed.
Depends on where you're at in Arizona.
Yeah, but Arizona is one of the ones that have skyrocketed big time.
Well, the Phoenix
everywhere
area has because of the chip manufacturing,
right?
And not only that, there was another reason too. I can't remember what it was, but it's still relatively cheap in Arizona. It's just not probably in the Phoenix area. And here's the thing: is it cheap? It's cheap compared to California, but it's not cheap to compare where it was 2 years ago, right?
See, that's tough, right? Because, I have a house, 1,700 square foot with 3 people, and I live on $3,000 a month in California, right? That's less than what you pay for your 1-bedroom apartment just by yourself. So it's really tough when you start looking at those kind of things, because everybody says, oh, California's expensive. Yes, it is. It just really depends on where you're at. So there's little pockets of
your landlord really hasn't raised the rent on you in years too, and so recently.
That's true,
so
but there's little pockets of affordability everywhere. It's just like Dave said, car registration. My car registration is horrendous. PG&E or electricity is pretty damn high over here. State taxes are high. Gas taxes are extremely high. So those kind of things is
basically everything's high in California.
Everything's high.
So that's all the stuff we need to look at. Food, sales tax on food. Some states have it. It's very weird to me that they do that. Really hurting the poor people the most. But smog. You got to smog your car. Who wants to deal with that? It's all that stuff you need to look at. You need to weigh the pros and cons and figure all that stuff out. But I'd say, honestly, Arizona's not that bad. It just depends where you've come from too. Haven't lived in California for 30-something years myself. You know, I couldn't wait to hell get out of that damn state. And I come here, and I felt pretty darn free here. It was pretty cheap too back when I moved here in 2006.
But he's also looking specifically there, low crime. That is a kicker. That's why I stated look for low populated areas for sure.
Yeah. Personally, I'm looking at Tennessee. That's where I'm looking. That's probably my number one choice. Idaho is another good choice for me. I don't even know if I'd consider Florida. I've been all through Florida. It's not my cup of tea because you're waterlocked by three sides. So trying to get out of that state's kind of a pain in the ass anytime something happens or whatever. But Texas is not really it's not my cup of tea really either. I kind of want mountains. I guess kind of rules out Florida.
Well, Texas, you'd have to go West Texas, I guess. But you got to look at all that stuff, right? Like Dave said, climate. Are you in Tornado Alley? Are you in Hurricane Alley? Are you in
Earthquake Alley?
Are you in Earthquake Alley? Are you going to get zombies or whatever, right? So
we have none of that stuff here. So we've been up in the 60s all week, sunny. Haven't had a day of snow this whole entire. We haven't had a day of snow yet. It's 21 degrees out right now, but maybe we're going to get some snow. I don't know, but it's been a crazy week as far as weather is concerned. Well, yeah, I don't know. Weigh the pros and cons of what we just talked about, really. There's do some YouTube searches on it, too, because a lot of people are going through the same thing. And a lot of them will do the research for you, South Dakota is really probably not even a bad option, really. I mean, it's not really warm, but.
No, not warm.
Property taxes are high, but seems like a good option. So Arizona's got pretty low state income tax. It's got pretty low property tax. As long as you're not in that Phoenix area, it's not that bad, really. I bought a rental there for $114,000. That property is worth $260 now, $270, something like that. I sold it in 2018 for $170. Now it's worth $270. So that's 3 years later. So it's just prices have gone up. But we're pretty much kind of rattled off. I mean, even Houston, Gerry. A couple of years ago, you could have got a house for $150,000 down there.
Yeah, when I was looking at Texas stuff, I mean, I've been looking for the past couple of years. It was like, holy crap, right? It's like brand new homes, brand new, 139,000. Like, holy crap! What the
now
hell?
They're probably
now they're 200 plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, Houston is really not an area I would want to live personally myself. A lot of shitty weather down there too. I'm not sure on that one. I don't know what he's talking about. Congratulations. Parts of Florida outside the big cities. It's still reasonable in parts of Florida, but then again, those parts of Florida, do you really want to live there? I don't really know. I had a couple of flips that were Daytona Beach, with South Daytona actually, and South Daytona is actually pretty good, but that whole the whole east side of Daytona Beach, like the beach side and all that, it's riddled with drugs and shit. A lot of that whole eastern side of Florida is, Cocoa Beach and whatnot. So I don't know. It is what it is. You can still get houses for $100-something thousand down there, though. Dark Dividend's always trying to bust my balls with White Claw. I don't even know what the hell White Claw is, Gerry.
It's a girl drink.
It's a girl drink. That's probably something he drinks in.
Like a Seagram's wine cooler or something.
Oh, a hard Ike's Mike hard lemonade. I'll hop on here and there. I'm studying for a final. Did you vote no? Studying for a final. Jeez, who studies? I think he's working on his nurse practitioners thing, I think. So, waiting on the bros. Oh, yeah, they're all early, Gerry. I guess we need to catch up.
Yeah, this is still before 6.
What's that?
This is still before
6. I know. We need to catch up here. Let the party begin. Where the beer? In the fridge. We got Gerry's better half there. 0900, I'll stick to coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee, but hopefully they got some tea over there. Did a lot of research today on traveling outside the country and stuff. So
hey, there's another option for Zach there. Have you looked internationally?
yeah, that's true. We should bring that up. Good evening, Miss Gerry. Let's get started. Let's get it started in here. Black Eyed Peas. I'm actually a big fan of Black Eyed Peas. All good. How does Minnesota Vikings lose to the Lions?
The Lions had to win one this year. That was their first win of the year.
Is that professional or is that college?
Professional.
I do not know anything about football really at all. Very little. Chucky Chill. Chucky Chill. What's going on, Chucky Chill? We got Shamir. Evening gents don't care for Crapto. I don't either. If it drops enough, maybe I'd buy some, but it's at 48,000 right now. It's still too high for me. John Arnold, what's going on, John? Yes, John getting destroyed? I thought he posted in the Discord somewhere. I don't remember.
I think he had one that I followed him on that might have been a little sketch.
Did you parrot trade, Gerry?
I parrot traded, but fortunately for me, I was okay.
He's gonna blame you, John.
I'm not blaming John at all.
What's that?
I'm not blaming John at all. I know exactly how those biotech options work, man. Those things can bite you hard.
What, you don't want XBI?
You're not playing that no more.
I haven't played in a while. I haven't played XOXL either. I got an RKs. I'll probably never trade an RK ever again in my life. I'm just done with it. So I don't know. My brother's getting destroyed in RK, by the way. I think James is in RK as well. I think he's getting destroyed in RK and his Baba. 10-0, Kansas City. They had their RB second best W. I don't even know what that stuff is. Is that football talk, Gerry?
It's football talk.
Running back,
wide receiver, linebacker, and O-line, offensive line.
Yeah, offensive. You're offending me, Gerry.
Yeah.
Zach. Do you need to live in the States? Maybe you want to go overseas for a while. Live for $1,500 a month like a king.
This is probably the most popular website, but look up internationalliving.com. There's a bunch of information on
Go to nomadlist.com as well.
Okay.
It's a new one I learned today. And they're doing a special right now. I'm actually going to join it. $119 for a lifetime membership. It's 50% off right now.
It's actually quite amazing what you can get overseas. Now, of course, you have to take the Western civilization out of your brain because you're not going to really get a traditional home, right? It's just a little different.
It's different. You don't really need a car either.
Yeah.
For most places. Well, it depends on where you're at, I guess. But I was very fascinated at Colombia. What's your first thought of Colombia, Gerry? Besides coffee and drugs.
Coffee and cocaine is the first thing to come to my mind.
Yeah. That's all it's probably still known for coffee, but that whole, Pablo Escobar, where is he from there?
I don't remember. I don't keep track of that.
I think it's Mexican cartel, but the thing is all that's such because of Tony Montana. I mean, all this stuff, Tony Montana, you know what I mean? All this stuff makes you think of that when you go down there. So you think it's just drug infested, there's cartels everywhere, but it's not like that. It's actually a very modern country, internet wise, just mall wise. That's pretty surprised.
Most countries are, and that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of people living in these countries that are living a normal, everyday, day-to-day life.
Yeah, you might offend them if you start talking about stuff like that. So you really need to get that thinking out. I wonder what they say about us.
I've heard actually that they're the way we think about them is exactly how they think of us. Like, we don't want to go there because they got people, they look at the news and it's like ugly. And that's kind of the same thing that we do, right?
That's exactly what we do. Like, I mean, take Mexico, for example. Didn't Cancun just get shot up just a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I mean, it definitely. But nomadlist.com, I was very surprised. It gives you the cost, how much it is to live there per month, how much the locals pretty much pay per month on average. I got this from 30 and a Wake Up, by the way. So
internationalliving.com has some examples too. And it's pretty amazing what you can get between, that $1,500 to $2,500 a month range.
I'm looking for $1,500, and then I'm going to bank the rest of the, whatever the money is. It's going to be a boatload of money just banked. Kind of like I didn't even quit work.
Right?
In a way. They only have excuses why they lost. What's going on, Rebecca? She's getting ready to retire too. Actually, matter of fact, she might beat me. So buying a house.
Isn't she going to Mexico?
She's doing half and half. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah, half in Florida, and half down there in Mexico. Yeah. It's time to fire the coach. I thought it was Couch, but fire the coach. He isn't aggressive enough. Got a solid roster. Sorry about all my comments. You can skip me. I don't skip anybody. I just don't know anything about football. I wonder if there's a way to loan money to interactive brokers and other brokers. That would be an interesting way to make money. Loan money? I don't know what would they need to be loaned money for.
You could buy a bunch of shares and they'll loan your shares out.
Yeah. Well, but you're risking yourself, but I don't know. Honestly, though, $100,000 in that tier, $100,000, the maintenance, the margin is 1.58% on that, Gerry. Why wouldn't you just take a couple $100,000 out in margin and stick it in a Jeppy or something?
Yeah, that's like if they're charging their customers 1.58, what would they pay you for your money? Not going to
it goes down the more money you have in there, and then I think when it get I think it was like $3 million and above, I think it actually goes up. But the thing is you want to be able to get in something when they start raising rates up, that maybe you can get out of it. It'll take a while though. Good evening. I got dibs, by the way. Good evening. With firmer. Yeah, Bob Dole died today, Gerry. Did you hear about that?
Oh, really? No, I didn't hear that.
No, you didn't hear it? Well, yeah, he died. He was 98 years old. Had a good life. I don't even know what party it was. He ran against... Did he run against Clinton, or did he primary against him?
I don't remember. I was probably too high back then.
Can't remember. I mean, he was in the military, World War II and all that stuff. But, yeah, he died. He lived a good life. He died in his sleep, apparently. So, didn't get rushed to the hospital or something like that. So
that's the way to go.
Rest in peace, Bob Dole. What's that?
That's the way to go if you're going to go.
That's the way I want to go. Yeah, for sure. I don't want to be getting a catheter and all that shit. Yeah, good evening, former President Raymond Huffman.
Yeah, when's your book coming out, Raymond?
Yeah,
President Huffman.
Dividend drip, dog poop. I don't know what that flag is, but is that China? That's Flyman. Is that China dog poop? Kind of looks like a China flag. We're rolling out our IWM put options, Dave. I don't have to roll mine yet. And I might actually take some of mine. I'm not going to roll all of them if I roll them all. I'm not going to, if I have to, but I got IWMs from 215. I got 215, 209, 205, 203, 170, 190. So those are all the strikes I have on it. So
I don't think I even have an IWM on, but I do have. Oh yeah, I do. I got a strangle on. Plus, I got some TNAs too.
I got 5 IWMs on. I put on pretty long time ago. Those things are down $1,600 alone. When it goes down, it's just like, well, I got this more shit on, and I'll probably throw on a new one next week when they open a new expiry. You know, it is what it is. Just keep selling calls on Baba, and you will sit there and get. Yeah, I don't know. I actually, I've been buying calls, so. But that's because I think any day now there's gonna be some news, or there's gonna be a major spike on that sucker. 20-30% in one day is what my guess is. Something like that. That's just what my guess is. I think it's too late at this point. Probably be okay to sell calls maybe, but it just depends on how far up you're going to be. And I could sell because I could turn it into a PMCC, but it's not worth it. I don't really lock myself into it. I'd rather wait for that 20 to 30% move up before I did that. And I don't want to get myself locked in like I did last time. The reason I'm still in the leaps to begin with is because I sold cover calls against my leaps, and it went up above it. I thought, it was okay, cool. I'll wait for them to get called away. Guess what? It tanked again, So did make $900 off those though, Jerry. What's going on, Bill P? MDB. How often do IWO and QQQ pay dividend? Quarterly. They're both quarterly payers. Typically, which index pays the best premium? Probably IWM, then QQQ, and then SPY.
Right.
I'd say probably. I think DIA is actually the worst of all the 4.
I would agree.
Rather shit my pants than buy Chinese stocks. I shit my pants, and I don't want to do that again. So,
I think I've only done that once. So.
Yeah, did you have to leave your underwear there?
Yep, poor person in the Rite Aid janitorial. Yeah, he didn't have a good evening.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. Once you've done it once, you pretty much kind of know what to expect the second time when it's going to be a potential second time. You got to start undoing your belt and all that stuff before you even open the door to even get near the bathroom, because once you see the stall, it's too late. So yeah, you pretty much got to have your pants already undone when you're opening at the stall door. So, anyways, little tip there. Yeah, let's see here. We talk about everything here, apparently. Your channel has inspired me to focus more on my fire number. Hey, appreciate that, Brian Peterson. I think that anybody that starts tracking their net worth and their fire number and all that stuff, you're probably going to end up finding that you're going to reach the goals and much sooner than you thought. That's basically how it's been for me. What about you, Gerry? Have any?
Oh, absolutely. I did a video long time ago that if you got some goals, write them down, make a spreadsheet, something. It doesn't have to be on paper. It could be on a spreadsheet, something. Get them in writing, start looking at them, start focusing on them. Once you do that, something just happens. And things just, I don't know if it's your brain working or the universe working, whatever, but it just, things just start working.
Market's working. But I don't know what I was going to say. I have a brain fart now, but yeah, I appreciate that, Brian. Maybe you're going to end up playing the Just One More Year game like I did a few years. Of course, it was in the middle of a pandemic, Gerry. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but now I've brain farted, darn it. What's going on, Lydia? Hello. What if her house has gone up, her rental property? Let's see here.
California, I'm sure.
Yeah, I had to have. I was like, LA area. I can't answer the poll. I can't tell the future. Well, none of us have a crystal ball, but it's more about just what do you think's going to happen? You got 59 votes in there, Gerry. 29% yes and 71 no. We know at least one of those votes for the no was James Rowe. No, wait, check that. Wait, do you think the market returns will be negative? Yeah. Oh, sorry. One of his votes was yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't even know that wasn't as bad as last week's though. Good evening, guys. Saw a news article that said a new SEC mandate on ownership of Chinese and Chinese ADRs could result in delisting of Chinese stocks like Baba. So the biggest thing that happened last week that caused most of the stuff to sell off on Friday anyway was Didi getting delisted. But is that an apples to apples comparison, Baba to Didi? My understanding is that Didi, and I think Dudu, believe it or not, isn't that like the Uber of China stock or whatever? It's like the Uber over there, right? So my understanding is that it was kind of a botched IPO to begin with. They lied or fraudulent or something like that. So, Baba, well, I don't, it's been on the market for quite a while. I don't think and Didi's brand new, by the way. So I just don't, I don't think we can count that as just all in the same bucket or boat, Joe, you got any comments there? Because I'm not really the expert here. And I don't think you are either, but you probably got
No,
something to add.
I'm definitely not. But what I heard is that if they do, that they would move to the Hong Kong exchange.
Well, they're already on the Hong Kong exchange.
Right. But
So,
I'm just saying what we're owning here would move
yes.
to the Hong Kong exchange.
But does that mean the options go over there too?
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. I don't know about that either, though. So that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe they convert your shares. Like, oh shit, I got seven contracts. They give me 700 shares, and I got to get that on the Hong Kong exchange. And also, why would China shoot their own leg off? I don't understand that.
It doesn't make sense, but they are communists, so probably none of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense. I'm still holding out. The way I look at it is, if I lose the whole investment, it's $11,000. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to, I'm not going to go homeless. I'm not going to, it's not really that big of a deal because it's over the next year and a half for me, So spread that out. That's not that big of a deal for me. Obviously, I want to get the hell out of it because I'm just sick of looking at it every day. But yeah, I'd love to hear somebody else's comment. Honestly, Cloud Ninja would be a good person to have on or talk about it because he probably knows way more than we know about it because his wife's Chinese too. So plus he's balls deep in it.
Yeah. Very, very
Maybe
deep.
we'll get him on next week to talk about it for 30 minutes or something if he's available. I think the market will be negative. There you go. I told you. Let's see here. Debbie Downer. Because the supply chain problems, all the supply chain problems are our own fault. It's the actual population of the U.S.'s fault, Gerry, because we buy so much stuff. Will not be resolved during the 2022. Earnings will be less. Why? Actually, isn't my understanding is that the ships that are offshore are starting to getting reduced. Earnings will be less than companies try to deal with tax increases and 2 interest rate hikes. None of this could be true, but some of it could be true. I don't know. I don't think that so far supply chain issues aren't an issue. As much as I have not seen an empty shelf anywhere around here yet. Now I've heard some places in the U.S. have it, but is that just kind of is that just the right generating up bullshit? You know what I mean? I don't know. The left says there's no supply chain issues at all, and if there is a supply chain issue, it's because we're being Americans buying all this shit up, is what they're saying. But
yeah, I think it's spotty. I think they're going to prioritize the bigger markets before they get to the smaller markets. So you might see some stores in BF
E.
Oklahoma that might have some empty shelves because they're a town of 30,000, and the town of 500,000 got all the crap. So
We still have shit tickets on our shelves. So you're not resolved, so earnings will be less as companies try to deal with taxes increases. Okay, so did the tax increase happen? I forgot. I don't think that passed.
I don't think so.
No, they haven't passed that Green New Deal thing. So I don't know what he's talking about there. And 2 interest rate hikes. Well, that one I'm going to have to not call BS on, but I don't think they're talking about at the end of 2022 possibly raking the rates. But how many times did they do that in like 2018, 2009, 2019, where they said they're going to hike them, but they didn't, right? And they pushed it off. So it depends what happens with inflation, I guess. So I don't know. It's a valid. I appreciate all you writing all that stuff down, though, to hear get a discussion opened up on it. Can buy them a Hong Kong exchange. Yeah. Get out of California. No doubt. No doubt. Before they start randomized burglaring houses. They're already burglarizing houses in like, the hell's that place, Gerry? Beverly Hills.
Oh, it's the beaches are
smash and grabs.
The beaches are ugly. The big cities are dangerous.
The smash and grabs. Like they better amend or rescind or whatever that freaking prop was. It Prop 41 or Prop 47 or whatever it was.
It was Prop 47, and what they're doing with these smash and grabs, that they don't even fall into that because I
heard it did though.
No, because the Prop 47.
Oh, you're right. The smash and grabs, the $900 and less, or $925, $975. But the smash and grabs, these people are just that has more to do with the bail, the no bail, getting out the next day, and all that.
Yeah, if they get picked up, they can get out, whatever. But it's not the just a citation for what they're doing.
Yeah, because they're ripping off like Louis Vuittons and all that crap.
You can literally in California go into a Walmart, put a 70-inch TV in your cart, and walk straight out the door, and they can't do anything about it. You can literally do
that. Well, because of COVID,
and it's a ticket. It's not an arrest; it's a ticket.
Yeah, because of COVID, they did some bail reform or whatever because they were they wanted to uncrowd the prisons or whatever, or the jail system. So, and that people are taking advantage of that. People are, gaming the system now because of that.
Yeah, it's blatant. It's not even, people go in to steal. It's not even they don't even have to be sneaky. They just go in and grab it and walk straight out.
Flash mobs.
Yeah, there's no hiding.
Yeah, I left California in 2006. Could not wait to get out of that state. Man. So that was like one of the best things I ever did right there, getting the hell out of California. Born and raised in Orange County. Of course, I lived all over California, but he said warm. Appreciate the cost of living conversation, guys. Fun topic. Yeah. Was it Brian or whatever says he's going to go to Alaska? I haven't seen him around in a while, but
oh yeah, that's right.
People say, "Oh, good, the snow." Ooh, it's cold. Ooh. I mean, I'm telling you, Colorado's Denver anyway. Like, it's not that bad. Like, we have a lot of sun here. Matter of fact, I think we get more sun than Florida gets, which is the Sunshine State. We get more sun than they get. They get more rain than we get. We do get snow here occasionally, and very rarely we get a blizzard. And although I'd say the last few years, because of COVID, the weather patterns changed big time here. Like we had barely any rain, and we haven't had one snowstorm yet this year. well, this season yet. Of course, it's not even winter yet, but Gerry, you work from home, so why not leave California? We talked about this before. You can be hanging around Dividend Drip. He's got a family, though. You know,
Yeah,
he's got a family. He's got kids.
I got a son who is a junior in high school this year. He'll be a senior next year. I don't want to take him away from his, final year of school. That's if he even gets to go to school. That's a whole different topic. But after that, yeah, we'll see. That's definitely a lot of options on the table.
We're living in a tax-free state or in Puerto Rico. I'm not going to live in Puerto Rico. They got hurricanes. I'm not going to deal with hurricanes, Gerry.
You get a shelter.
I'm not. Yeah, you know what? That. Do you see what it looked like after the hurricane? No thanks. He is leaving, waiting on kids to finish school. Yeah, he wants out for sure. Naked and afraid. Online strips without clothing.
What the hell is this? Where's our moderators?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have no moderators here. We'll have to make somebody a moderator. No, dividend. Maybe if Dividend Drip's going to be here every time, we'll make Dividend Drip one.
I think you are one, aren't you? Oh.
I don't think that she's one because she's too dangerous. I know how Carrie acts. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody already got to that person because they wouldn't let me do it. So I think it's a guy. Yeah, ladyboy. Moderator sleeping. I think the only one with Rebecca's normally in here, but she's not in here. I don't see her yet. Gerry, why don't you follow Dave and sell low delta puts on the indexes? It would lower your account volatility, less stress, and less frequent manage. Because he has a goal of making $2,500 a month. It might be hard.
It'd be tough. If I had the account size of Dave, I probably would do something more like that because you could achieve that type of number. Without that, though, I'm more than half the size of Dave's account, and there's no way that I can do that.
Yeah, he's talking about maybe doing that down the road though. Account grows.
Yeah, when the account grows and we're traveling on the road, doing our RV thing, I would do something a little bit more passive, for sure.
Is this dip the beginning of a real 10 drop in the market? Could be. I think this week we'll actually find out whether or not, there's any oomph in it because let me pull up.
Well, you already got 7 out of the Russell or more.
So the Russell's below the 200 period average. It's right, actually. It went below it, and it literally, so it's at a pretty good support level where it's at, but it could drop more. The stochastics are already oversold, so I don't know. Qs are still relatively strong. They're still above, the 200, still above the trend line, which is right around the 375 area. But it finally dropped below the 50 period average with high volume on Friday. So I do think there's more downside. We got SPY here, which is pretty similar to Qs, below the 50, still above the 200. And the stochastics aren't oversold yet. So I still think there's still a bit more downside. But we'll see. The market's up right now. I'm Dow, 1.6% long-term portfolio for the week. Oh, he's probably said down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to calculate that on mine. Can someone? Yeah, I blocked him. Well, I didn't block. I timed him out. Paul Escobar is my homie. Well, he was until he got murdered. Love that show. Watch Narcos. Yeah, I like the Narcos too. I didn't watch the Narcos in Mexico though. I only watched the one down there in Colombia. Flag is for Baba. China stock. Oh, it's China's flag, Gerry. No clue. I just hit all his posts. Yeah, all good's a moderator. Hopefully we won't see any more dumb posts. Yeah, just boot them. You can block. I think Dave can do it. I don't think I can. Yeah, you should be able to do what I can do. Any spreadsheet available to keep track of CSPs and cover calls? I have one available. Yeah. Some people might say it's going overboard, but Gerry, you know any other ones?
I don't know if yours is going overboard. It's just a little more in depth and what's the word I'm looking for? Big. There's just a lot of freaking information. But I mean, you got that Thumper one. I don't know where he got it from.
Oh, he took somebody else's spreadsheet and modified it, basically.
Yeah, you have to go into the Discord and try to look for it there.
I mean, if you do want mine, there actually is a promo code for the month of December. So 20% off if you want it, because I don't normally do that, but I figured it's Christmas time and whatnot. Why not to throw? People love promo codes, Gerry.
That's the only way to buy things.
Yeah. So the promo code, it's on the last video. Promo code's Xmas 2021. And, I do have a CSP cover calls. That's in the same, it's in the same spreadsheet. Is technology sell-off? Well, I don't know. What about that one, Gerry? Is technology? I mean, to me, it's like, honestly, the Q's held up pretty darn good. GW is right. Write down your goals, and compound interest is definitely a real thing. Yep. Once you start tracking it, man, you start realizing like, oh shoot, I set the goal too easy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Dave, what strike did you do on your latest Baba leap, long leap? So I have 7 of those things, and I did it really doesn't matter, honestly. I did a 215 call. It really doesn't matter because I can make money below 215. Obviously, as we get closer to the middle of 2023, then the 215 will become more relevant. But right now, I mean, I can make money probably like 160 or something like that. 165 is my guess. Is Brandon here tonight? I don't know.
Let's go, Brandon.
What's going on, Dan? Let's see. There are ships not even sailing because of blocked backlog of the ports. So not even. Yeah, I don't know. You think that would have already caught up, but it hasn't though. I just bought something from Newegg. It was in stock. I bought a bunch of stuff from Amazon. Everything was in stock. I bought tools. That was all in stock. I mean, I haven't run into any issues yet. I just bought a travel bag for when I get back from the AT, a Nomad bag. That was in stock. Everything's in stock. Stock market will be up 2022 as this bull rally continues to be strong, but 2023 will be a different bear market. So we also have to think about the midterms in 2022 as well, which honestly, Nancy Pelosi will probably get her ass kicked out, and she'll probably actually quit before because she knows she's going to get kicked out anyway.
Did you hear that last little? It was a couple days ago. She sounded just like Joe.
She basically is Joe.
But I mean, she was talking, and it was like, "What the hell are you saying?" It was like incoherent as hell.
She needs to go. She's been in there so damn long. My gosh, time to put somebody else in there. Like, not that. Who would take over if she wasn't there? The speaker. Who's that? Who's that other piece of crap that's in there? guy. I'm drawing a blank, but he's like the New York guy, I think. Anyways, yeah. So
Schumer? No.
Schumer, yeah, Schumer.
Schumer? Yeah.
Freaking Schumer. Yeah, I think that the House is going to get taken over by the Republicans. The Senate will probably get taken over by the Republicans in 2022, which is actually good for the market. So I don't know about 2023. It's hard to go out that far, and honestly, to see the market, the market's out about what, that far, I think. Don't they try to forward about 12 months, 18 months out?
2023, you're getting to the 2024 election, and that might. I don't know if we'll have a bear market at that time. I think people would be excited for this new election in 2024.
Basically, what we need to is we just need to prolong the damage of this administration. Is what we need to do. Prolong it, right? Is that the right word I'm looking for? Kind of like delay all the damage that he's doing until somebody else gets in there.
You kind of want to just push stuff off until
somebody moderate gets in there or a Republican gets in there
to try to limit the damage that's going on, because there's 2.5, 3 years more of this. You gotta be in damage control here. 3 years, yeah.
It's 3 years. We should probably get off this topic before we piss off Gerry. Let's see here. Where was I at? What the hell? Why is this person back? Let's see. Trump's fault. Yeah, it's Trump's fault for losing. Damn it. Why is this person back? Let's see here. Block. Put in. Oh, let's see. Doesn't let me block him though. I don't know why.
Blocked already, so I don't know.
It's probably blocked already, but I don't know. Let's see here. I'll write my portfolio goal down every year because it helps to learn how not to make mistakes. It just helps. Look at how much money you make per month, how much you save, how much all your investments bring in, how much you save in 401k, HSA, all that stuff. And it'll give you a projection, like how much do you think you're going to make in options and all that. That gives you a projection of what you're going to pretty much make all next year. You know what I mean? And then kind of set the goal based on that. So yeah, I'm hanging on my thread at 1.9, Gerry. I don't know if I hit 2 by the time I retire. That's fine. If the market's down, it's down. Because Matt Money's down too when I'm down. So Forgo, let's see here. Fargo got a lot of snow. Yeah. They're North Dakota.
Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota. That's probably pretty rough up there. Have I been in North? I've only been to Sioux Falls. I think I've ever been to North. I think, yeah. Yeah. I didn't know. Are you in North Dakota, Michael? I thought that place is a ghost town once all the oil disappeared out of there. That place was like a boom town for a while. A couple years, that place was a boom town. L, can I move to a tax-free state just to sell stocks and then move back? You have to meet the residency requirement, I think.
Yeah.
Domicile requirements is probably got to get like an address and all that crap.
And you probably have to live over 50% of the time there too.
Yeah. The best thing is just domicile in a state like that and then go overseas and then you're good. Saving money plus it's tax-free. And I'm not even probably going to domicile in Texas either, but it's something that's been on the back of my mind. On Denver's weather, Dave, don't you give our secret away. I live in Westminster. I always like to call it Westminster because that's a place in Southern California, Westminster, but it's Westminster.
That sounds fancy as hell.
I live in Westminster area for about 25 years, influx of people. Oh, I agree, man. I've seen in 2006 when I moved here, man, I can see a huge difference in the amount of traffic here now. Still not as bad as California, sitting on the 91 or 5 or whatever, or the 101. Jeez. Did you work remote, Freddie? Not Freddie, but Matt. We had another Freddie here, Gerry.
Freddie Krueger.
Why do you think fintech is taking such a hit? I don't know about fintech one. You know about that one, Gerry?
I don't. But they have been taking a hit for sure. I don't know what it could be. It doesn't make sense because everybody uses fintech nowadays. So
that's AFR,
That's a firm. That's not an ETF. That's a firm. It's kind of like a credit. Like
exchange
what was
traded
that
fund.
one? Buy later, buy now, pay later, some crap type of thing. Financing.
Oh, so ARK-F is not the same thing.
No, they probably hold all those stocks though.
Honestly, if you look at ARK-F, let me look at ARK. If you look at ARK-F and ARK, it's very similar to a Russell chart. You know, it's trading sideways a Russell chart's a little bit different. Sorry. Basically trading sideways all year. Now it's just tanking. You know, so it's like ARK, the same thing. I got out of ARK because Tesla was green and ARK was down. That's a red flag. You know, you kind of got to look at it. What was it? Roku was like the top 2 holding or something like that. I don't know if it is anymore. I don't know what the top holdings are.
Yeah, it was.
PayPal. I do have a PayPal. My PayPal's down 270%. I got a 150 put on PayPal. PayPal. Let's see. Where's my PayPal? Come on, PayPal. Where the hell is my PayPal, Gerry? Oh, way up here. 183. It's quite a ways go. That's still, you know, honestly, that's still like a month and a half away. PayPal's been getting slammed though. Let's take a look at PayPal.
It's probably time to buy PayPal.
What's that?
It's probably time to buy PayPal if you're looking at PayPal.
I got a 150. That's still honestly, PayPal's a pretty good price right here based on the 2020 prices, but 150 I'd probably take the stock. Even though you just never know. Like at 150, that's still above pandemic price, right? Like prior to the pandemic price. It's not like a Zoom though, you know. It's just what did they? I mean, Zoom's going back to pre-pandemic levels. I mean, there's just no question about it. Let me see where Piton's at. That hunk of shit.
Ooh, that's ugly.
Ooh, it looks a lot like Piton looks a lot like Zoom, honestly. Like we're almost right back there. So I would look for Piton to go back to pre-pandemic levels. You know, I mean, they already sold a bike. How much money did they get off that service, you know? What else did he say here? SoFi, that one's a Gerry special. Ew. I ain't touching that thing. Square, let's take a look at Square. Square is holding up better than PayPal is. And I don't know why. I've never used Square in my entire life, but I've used PayPal for 20 years.
I think it's because PayPal's so old. It's like they almost fit in like as far as the
like an IBM,
like a Visa or a MasterCard. Like they're just old.
20 years. Well, I've been using them for 20 years, and they just came out right around 2000. I've been on eBay since 98. So you know. So that's the reason why I started using PayPal. But yeah, I say Square. Square, I think, has, I don't know. I just PayPal'd somebody last week or the week before, you know, like Square, I think, has more potential, I think. You know, like that little Square thing that, you know, like small business, you know,
Ask Swiper. I hated that damn swiper.
You did? Well, people use it. I'm trying to think of, you know, so that's a 97 PE. Let's take a look at PayPal. PayPal's definitely more reasonable than Square is. A lot of it might have to also do with crypto too. That's the problem with those. Like, you just don't know if crypto is affecting those, because didn't they invest in crypto and stuff? I think the supply chains issues will be resolved. Will not be with us for much longer. I also think COVID. Well, COVID's gonna be around until the day we die, probably. It's just the media. Well, not the media. It is the media, but it's the media. It's the political agenda to keep it going as much as possible, because people are making money off of it.
They got to keep it alive for sure.
We're going to get another one out. I mean, I was going through Twitter, and I look on the right-hand side, COVID, latest Colorado news, and it's just all over the news in there. Person in Colorado's got Omicron, whatever, like the second person in the U.S., it's like, who gives a shit? Who cares? It's not even more deadly. You know what I mean? Like, they keep saying it's more commutative or whatever, right? It's more transmissible. That's all they wrote on there, though. But they didn't write in there the fact that it's not more deadly.
That it's weaker. They didn't say that.
They don't write that. They leave that out, conveniently leave that out. It's like, because they're trying to put agenda out there, trying to get people to get vaccinated. Get the freaking mask, God, sick of it. I mean, if I go overseas, I really need to go to South America is where I need to go. It's probably nobody talks about it down there, I'm sure. Schumer is Senate leader, so couldn't he become speaker if she's gone? Get promoted?
I mean, there has to be a successor to everybody, right?
Yeah. Do you think, I don't really know about this because it's never really happened, but I think this happened in the past. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of stuff to confuse, because you got the whole abortion thing going on too. But my understanding is that vice presidents have been kicked out during the presidency in the past many a times. But it hasn't happened. I don't think it's happened in our lifetime, Gerry. So we don't even know that it was possible, right? Because somebody's talking about like camel toe Harris going bye-bye. So whatever. I learn stuff new every day, because there's just a lot of stuff that, hasn't happened in recent time, and you didn't even know it was possible, What do you think about Roe versus Wade getting overturned, Gerry, or being modified? Put you on the spot.
Yeah, you put me on the spot there for sure.
You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not an abortion fan. I'm just not. But it's kind of personal, so
that is true. I shouldn't have put you on the spot. I apologize for that. I actually think it should go back to the states, though. That's just how I feel about it.
For that, yeah. For that part, yeah. But I'm just talking about the whole thing as far as what I thought about abortion. But as far as the law, it should go back to the states for sure.
I think it should go back to the states. Roe versus Wade was an overreach. Get rid of it, whatever. Go back to the states. That gives the states the option to do what they want to do. If you don't like it, move to a different state. That's how I feel. It's freaking federal government overreach. Typical. Where is Rebecca today? I have no idea. It's like her last week or something like that of working overtime or whatever.
Working 28 hours a day.
Yeah, 30 hours a day. Making more than me, Gerry. She makes like probably double what I make now. She's gonna pay a lot in taxes. She's gonna realize, like, oh my God, I gotta move out of the state. Or federal taxes. Let's see here. Dave and Gerry, do either of you hold any Vanguard products? What are your retirement account staples? I love Vanguard products way more than Fidelity products. That's just me. I just have an affinity towards Vanguard products. I don't really know any of the tickers for Fidelity, and I had a Fidelity retirement account for years, and I hate it. So I kind of just blame them for everything now. When I had a Vanguard retirement, when I worked for Kaiser back in the day, and their retirement was awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. What are your retirement account staples? I don't. So my retirement account's all on Fidelity funds because that's the only options I have in there. I don't. I couldn't even tell you the tickers because they don't display them in there. I actually have to go searching for them to figure out what they are. But for the Vanguards, VTI, VU, VYM. You got any more, Jerry?
For Vanguard,
BT Sachs.
Yeah, you got to go the index fund or index fund side. Yeah, VTS AX, VYG, I believe, or VIG. VIG is another one. There's
VT.
plenty of them. I don't own any Vanguard products.
No, sorry. VNQ, that's the reach. You got VWO. You got DXUS. Those are the most common.
Yeah.
You're going to hear those.
VYMI is another one. There's a lot of them, but I don't have any retirement account staples. Don't have a retirement account anymore.
Well, in a few months, 4 months or so, all that's coming out of there. And it's going to be going it's going to be going to Qs and IWMs or SPYs and IWMs because I'm going to be wheeling them, selling some like, I don't know. I think I did a 0.2 delta. I think I did a 0.2 delta if I'm not mistaken. James and I were talking on Thursday night about it. Matter of fact, I think MDB was even in the conversation as well, lurking. So yeah, I just haven't been aggressive in that account. I was doing like a 0.05 delta, making $170. When the stock market goes up, it's just not worth my time because I'm not making any money when the market goes up, really. Yeah, okay, I can buy the put back, but it's just like $170 when I lost out on the big up move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I sold a 245 on Friday for $600, Jerry. See, if I do a couple of those, that's worth it. If I can make, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year off that account, right now there's about $77,000 in there. Like if I can make $5,000 to $7,000 off of that, that's a pretty damn good return. So I think that's the key. And I'll do the same thing on the IRA side because there's gonna be a lot more money in that account when I roll over the 401k. Same thing with SPY, same thing with IWM. Do like a 0.2 delta or something like that. It still gives you like a 10% move down. That's pretty damn good. Who cares if you get assigned then?
Yep.
I think we beat that horse to death. IWM 2.8 must hold. Let's take a look at the chart. IWM. I'd say the Russell's definitely it's getting close to being oversold where it's at. I agree. I'm right there, that 210 area.
Yep. Absolutely right there.
A little bit lower than that. The 2.8, you're right. Right around the 2.8 area has got to hold. And that's going all the way back to March. If you draw a line straight across. So, and the stochastics is oversold. So it's getting close.
Yeah, after that, you're in a little bit of a hurt because you don't know where it's gonna go.
Santa Claus rally, folks. Let's take a look at the poll here. 75 vote. Wow. 72% no, 28% yes. So yes is going down. Oops, I screwed up. Shit. All right. Oops. God dang it. All right. Let's go back to here. Let's see here. Yes, Fargo, North Carolina. That's a great freaking series, by the way. Fargo. It was only one season, but I highly recommend you watch it. Not the movie, the series with Billy Bob Thornton. Really good.
Billy Bob.
I love Billy Bob Thornton, by the way. It grows a lot since I have moved here. Wow. What are people doing up there? If the oil kind of got kicked out of there and they're not really doing anything anymore, like all of the red light district and all that got kicked out of there too. And it's like, what do people do up there? That whole town, like the oil town's gone. Oh, I thought it was pipelines and stuff, but I have 3 puts at 185 on PayPal. I'm down over 870%, expire in 2 weeks. I have a 150. You got pretty aggressive there, MDB. Of course, I don't know when you sold it, but
I don't know. 180. Right where it's at is decent
it's
support.
decent. It's decent. Like if it's gonna hold, it's gonna hold here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it could drop down to 175, but you gonna take the shares, MDB? I would probably take my 150s.
But then there's that gap down there.
Yeah, I got
That's a long
150s.
way
I'd
down
probably
there,
take
though.
which we're at.
The 140, 130.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a gap on FinViz. Looking at a weekly. Let me see. Does the daily go back that far?
Yeah, the daily.
Daily doesn't go back that far in FinViz. Let's see here.
But that goes all the way back to April 2020.
It's inflation, not COVID, scaring markets. No, I don't think so. Maybe the Omicron really is what's, well, take that back, because the pullback has kind of started before that. It could be partially inflation, but was caused more of a, we were heading back up though. So Omicron kind of helped that make a new low. I don't know. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows. No, let me take that back. Nobody really knows why it's going down. It could just be a natural thing. May not be. I mean, it's people always look for reason, but it is what it is. Just because we had a big spike down because of Omicron, then that's not the reason, because it was already going down before that anyway. So it could be inflation, partially. If inflation was the issue, why wouldn't it be freaking sold off already a long time ago? Inflation's been an issue for quite a while now. Remember, we just made a high literally, back in November, about a month ago. I mean, of course, that's looking at the IWM, but we got Qs. Inflation's been going on a lot more and longer than a month. And the Qs made its high on the 22nd. So that's, just a few weeks ago. We've had inflation issues going on for a long time. So I can't really say it's inflation. Not that, I mean, it's probably a contributing factor, though. Seeing Venmo being used more than PayPal amongst art craft merchants around here. I've never used Venmo. I don't even know how to use it.
Yeah, but that's owned by PayPal, and if you're a merchant, I believe they charge a fee, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that. Venmo, yeah,
unless they're skating it and saying, because PayPal's always been free to send money to family and friends, so
I don't know if it's always been free for that.
Nah, you're right. Maybe it's
not till recently. Yeah. Transformers More Than Meets the Eye song. Omicron. Transformers, Gerry. Remember the Voltron, Gerry? Remember that? I must have been like elementary school and somebody had one of those metal Voltrons. Oh, I wanted one of those so bad.
I wasn't a big sci-fi, that kind of stuff back then. I really wasn't. I was a weird kid.
What's your favorite cartoon then?
It's going to be Looney Tunes, man.
Looney Tunes? Jeez, we're like the same age. I mean, you're a little bit older than I am, but I mean, it is what it is. I freaking grew up watching like Tom and Jerry was my favorite.
Yeah, that's absolutely my favorite. But I stopped watching cartoons when I was probably 10, 11.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, I loved all that stuff.
Runner.
Freaking, who's the one that they're trying to cancel now? The Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. Oh my God, they should probably really cancel them all if that's the case. Jeez. Thanks for the no politics rule. They are all selfish clowns. Yeah, we try to mind our P's and Q's, but it always going to come up. It is what it is. They're also, yeah, they are. We talked about it last week. You weren't here, Gerry. We're talking about Nancy Pelosi going to buy a $25 million house down in Florida. We don't know if it's true because there's a lot of misinformation about it too. But we're like thinking $25 million house, let alone a $25 million net worth. Like, how's a politician worth that much? I mean, they're all worth a boatload of money. Don't get me wrong, but they only make like $170,000 a year or something. Like, give me a break. That's a boatload of money. Even if I worked in, I would never have that amount. And so because they steal all our freaking money. You missed the conversation last week, but they're ripping us all off. If Fed doesn't hike, 2023 doesn't market have a big year. They're talking about hiking the later part of 2022, the last I heard. So, but, the same thing happened in 2018, 2019. Oh, we're going to hike 2 times and whatever, and they didn't. They pushed it off, so. Because once they start raising rates up, I think that's the end of the bull market. It was true last time. Not once they start, but once they've raised it up to what, we've been on this teat for how long, Gerry? We're not going to be able to get off. We're not going to be able to get above 2%, is my guess, before the market starts getting pissed off and crashing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing again. It's like, okay, where's that mark to where people are going to be, okay, I'll take my money out and put it in there?
Well, I think they're going to be taking the money out, not because they're going to be making more money than inflation or anything, but probably because the yield curve's getting closer to being inverted or something like that, which could be, a couple years out still. I bet you right around 2024 is when it'll be like, I thought for sure 2020 would be it.
Yeah, I would be nervous for 2024 if a Republican wins the presidency.
Why would you be nervous?
Because they'll make something happen to make them look bad.
I think it'd be good for the markets. I think it'll be good for the markets as long as the administration that's currently in office doesn't do more damage than they've already done, or the damage doesn't continue, I guess. Schumer equals Senate. Nancy is the House. Yeah, they all can go. They can all get the damn boot. Let's start fresh. Kick them all out. Spyro and under Nixon. Yeah, I don't under Nixon. Nixon was a piece of shit too. I don't know a lot about Nixon. I don't know. Is there anybody here old enough? Probably a grateful man. When was Nixon in office?
Wasn't 60s? It the late 60s?
60s? Yeah. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, Steven. Which is owned by PayPal, so it's stable coins being used now for perhaps the writing on the wall for credit cards. I don't think there's no real replacement for credit cards, though. You think there would be by now, but there's just not. Speaking of credit cards, I think they all got trashed this week, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
A little bit. I really just don't give a shit about Visa or MasterCard personally. Matt Money will argue it all day long. Still thinks, Matt Money's coming up, but still thinks that there's a lot of room left for them to grow. And I just think if the country's already going to go on MasterCard or Visa, why aren't they already on there then? I get it. There's still countries that don't even have internet yet. I get that, but they can have modems, But the thing is, those are just small countries. Yeah, okay. Maybe they're going to grow a little bit, but I guess it's just like a freaking IBM, Gerry. Old and outdated.
AT&T.
AT&T. Hakeem Jeffries is leading the contender for House Speaker. I thought it was Buttigieg.
Gee, I don't even know that. Hakeem. I don't even know who that is. Hakeem
I don't know who that is either. I thought it was Buttigieg or whatever. Not a big fan of that guy either. I don't know Hakeem. The name rings a bell. Hakeem Olajuwon. No, it rings a bell though, Gerry. I don't know. Schumer would have to resign from the Senate and run for the House again. If the Speaker steps down, then there would be a new election for Speaker. Would be a House member, not a senator. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not obviously the most knowledgeable on politics. I know what I like and what I don't like. They're all a bunch of scam artists. Yeah, she's talking about quitting. She needs to get the hell out of Dodge. Where man, I don't know where he's at. He doesn't show up anymore. He doesn't care about Gerry and I. Mostly Gerry. Let's see. The inflation is only transitory. Yeah, that's what they keep saying. Just another lie of the year by Dem. Never sets foot. Yeah, that's true. Lots of shit going on there, Gerry. Let's go back to kings and queens. No, I don't want to go back to that either. I think that's actually worse.
I'm not kissing a ring.
Yeah. I'm not saying our system's good either, though. I think libertarian way is the way to go, honestly. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I still think that this is better than king and queen. Go back to a king. You're going to have fun tonight with that. But futures are up. Monday morning has been up 7 weeks in a row. What? No, that was down. It was down big one of the Mondays. Wasn't it?
I thought it was.
The first?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see here. December the 29th. It was down big one of these Mondays. I don't remember what Monday it was, though. Yeah. It's up right now. Let's see. What are we up right now? Yeah. Rut's up to 1%.
I like to see that.
NQ's flat, Gerry. ES is up 0.4, and then the Dow's up 0.6. So the Rut's up the most, and that'll help you the most. It'll help me too, because I'm in a lot of IWMs. But the NQ's flat. I still got 3,700 premium cooking. A lot of expired in 2 weeks. I didn't sell anything this week. I've been pins and needles. Yeah, I think that's a lot of us lately. Like the account's on fire, going down. It's hard to put shit on, but I try to at least put one or two things on. I really do.
Yeah, especially if you don't have the call side on. Yeah, these down days really stink.
And the volatility the way it is, you can almost kind of day trade the options in a way.
You could sell calls on down days for sure.
Yeah, and the next day it's up, and then you sell them. Or sorry, you buy them back. I've done that. I did that twice last week on a couple of different things, but because I felt like the market was going to go down lower, and it worked out because the market was up that day. I bought them back, and then the market tanked and went down lower that day, so it worked out. Is Marriott a buy for long term? We looked at Marriott. Was that last week?
Yeah, we talked about this extensively last week, and
We did.
all of us thought that they were very expensive.
Let me take a look at a bigger chart here. So yeah, we looked at Marriott a lot. Marriott, yeah. It still seems odd to me that Marriott's still way like it's above. It's right at it. It's right at the pre-pandemic price, which is odd because there's been no business travel really or nothing.
It's only 10% or so down from its all-time highs. So,
and let's take a look at Airbnb then. So Airbnb, ugh, what an ugly chart that is. It's not enough history on Airbnb to say shit on it.
No.
Yeah, I just can't go back far enough on Airbnb to really compare it. But Airbnb, if Marriott's up, you think Airbnb would be up, but I just don't really know the answer to that one. Talk to a Grateful Man because he's like the Marriott. He's like the Marriott freaking spokesman. Yeah, we'll probably take the three 185 PayPal puts and sell calls If it gets down there, I think premium is decent. What do you think about the call premiums at 185? Take a look. PayPal. Let's see here. PayPal.
It doesn't say when it expires though. But
Yeah, just do like the January 21st. 185. That's like right at the money though.
yeah, he'd probably do that.
Oh hell yeah, do that. $1,300 a pop. Jeez, or 1275 or whatever. You got three of them.
Yeah,
That's like $4,000.
That would be good.
Yeah, I love when that works out, where it just kind of it drops down there, you get a sign, then it just goes right up. It doesn't really drop down, but that's the reason why looking at a chart is a major thing you need to do, because you need to figure out where the support levels are. At least where you could be wrong, right? But it's just if you can get PayPal to be assigned right at that 185, you sell calls against it, and then it just goes up, and you get $4,000 in your pocket.
Yeah, that's why I'm not panicked with this market down. There's like one or two positions in my portfolio that are like iffy, and those are probably the ones they're either lower quality stocks, or I completely ignored the chart and just sold the premium. Those are the ones that are typically more in trouble. But the ones that are close to in the money right now, they're all sitting on a support level, so I'm not really worried about it.
I still go with the rule of I don't want to own anything, but I might take something instead of rolling it. I just don't see the purpose of rolling it when I can take IWM or something like that. But I don't want to take them all either, though. I got like 13 of those son bitches. I don't want to take them all. It's not going to get down that low probably anyway. But wacky races. Not sure what that is. Hubert?
Wacky racist. Yeah, I'm not sure. Was that a cartoon?
Yeah, I don't know. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a little bit older than me, too old for me, but I love Looney Tunes. I don't even remember Looney Tunes. I remember Gumby.
Well, Looney Tunes is it's the whole umbrella of Tom and Jerry and.
No, it wasn't.
What do you mean? No, it wasn't.
No, that was like Warner Brothers, right? That was the umbrella. I've never heard of that in my entire life.
Looney Tunes is Bugs Bunny, and
I've never heard of it called Looney Tunes ever. It's the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I have to agree then, Looney Tunes. Donald Duck, Let's see here. Megatron variant coming next year. It'll probably come out. Well, actually, you're right. It'll be next year. I forgot. This year's almost over with. You're right. There's already another one already made up, ready to go. Gerry and Dave, can you do a video on how to read a chart? Gerry and I have done ones. It's not specifically about reading a chart necessarily, though.
No, I definitely don't go in depth on a chart when I'm looking at it. I look at support levels, and that's pretty much about it. So
I might be able to put one together, and we can even play it on the live stream, Gerry. I think we can do that, right? I've seen other people do it.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how they do it, though. How do they do that? I can ask Matt, or I can ask Brian or something. But yeah, I mean, that's a good one to do. I probably don't want to put it on the channel just because, I mean, I don't know. I'll probably get like one view, something like that. But
those are the ones you released on Wednesday, Dave.
Yeah, I should do a Wednesday. You know what? I do have a couple weeks coming off. The next few weeks, I have a couple of weeks off. I can make a video on it. But Gerry did one where he does talk about it. I've done a video where I talk about it as well. We just touch on it, but go through some examples. Basically, what I would do is I would, I could kind of talk. What I would do is just go through a bunch of stocks, like 10 examples, 5 examples, whatever, and say this is what I'm looking at and where I would put on my put. And that's basically what I would do. If you want to go into more detail than that on how to read a chart, it's a little more complicated, but I don't think even Gerry cares about any of that shit either. Just looking at a chart. Definitely something you need to do, though. Unexpected good luck. For sure. It takes 5 seconds. Gerry, it's been helping Gerry out big time. I am going to patent that before they try to use it. Make some bank. What are you going to patent?
The Megatron variant.
Oh, the Megatron.
They've already got it all written out.
That's already patented. It's already patented. Yeah. Might be a good idea to talk with your account about rolling any traditional IRA, 2 IRA Roth this year. I don't know who he's talking to. For anybody that's working, that's not an option for most people. You know, most plans don't let you do an in-service rollover, so you're fucked. So that's the reason I need to quit. So yeah, I don't know. I think he's probably thinking maybe something's going to get taxed maybe next year or whatever. I don't know, rollover or whatever. I don't know. I haven't heard any news on that. I've heard the Democrats talking about taking 401ks over. I heard that, which kind of scared me. Like,
is that?
6-7 years ago, so I started putting the minimum in there. I was like, yeah, well, they got to pay the deficit back, Gerry. I don't think nobody cares about the deficit. Apparently, Bill Clinton might have. Spider-Man After School. Yeah, I never really been a big Spider-Man. Did I ever watch Spider-Man? Oh, did you ever watch like the Batman show, Gerry?
Yeah, the actual Batman show, not the cartoon. The actual Batman show where he had the Bat Cave and.
Yeah, exactly, and Superman. Superman was another one. I'm not talking about cartoons.
It wasn't animated. It was the real show.
Yeah, it wasn't cartoons.
Yeah.
Same thing with Batman as well. Spider-Man. I don't remember if there was a Spider-Man option. There was I definitely watched Spider-Man. I was a Spider-Man for Halloween. I must have been like 3 or 4 years old, maybe somewhere around there. I was Spider-Man.
I was always Casper.
Gerry, did you white face?
No,
you got a pretty dark face, Gerry.
A pillowcase with eyes cut out. That's it.
Oh, okay. That is Casper, isn't it? I mean, you're pretty dark. Definitely. I mean, not as white as me. That's for darn sure. You got a freaking tan. I've been trying to tan every day, but
I was way darker when I was a kid.
69 to 74. What did he die or get kicked out? That's not 8 years, but that's more than 4.
He got kicked out.
Got kicked out?
He got, what's the word? Impeached?
Impeached? Well, Clinton got impeached. Come on. You didn't get kicked out. Yeah, Trump got impeached. You didn't get kicked out.
Nixon got kicked the hell out. Like, get the hell out of here.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. The dollar DXY index may contribute to negative returns for 2022. The dollar, yeah, you're right. The dollar is probably getting weak. Yeah, I can't look that up. Dollar index may contribute to negative returns. I mean, wouldn't that technically just be inflationary? What's causing that dollar index to go down or negative or whatever? Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weak dollar. None of this shit's going to matter to me anyway. I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge soon. Go over some other country and freaking geo arbitrage. Come back, after I've made a lot more money. I don't know, Gerry.
The dollar's going to buy a whole bunch of, rubles or whatever you're going to get.
Rubles? That's Thai baht in Vietnam dong. Thai baht in dong. On IWM, I did IWM PMCC since November 2016. It was always range bound between 135, 165, but I got caught with my pants down. last November, jumped to 210 range by mid-Feb. Now range bound at 250. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know you've been doing PMCCs that long. Holy cow. 135 to 165. Well, it's probably had a big run.
Why is that an issue, though?
It's always range.
What does that mean? I got caught with my pants down. Is that you didn't hold the? I don't understand. If it got called away, is that what you're saying? I think that's what
jumped to 210. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because 2016 in November is when the market jumped up big time because of Trump's win. Market just shot up and never returned. So did he put them on before that or after that? You know, of course, it was just, what's the big deal if it goes up though? You know, it goes up and just calls you away.
That's what I'm wondering. What's the big deal? I think it's because he missed out on the run. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My brain hurts on that one because I don't know the numbers back then. So be careful with IBKR cover calls and puts. I'm not doing any cover calls right now. How did you get screwed in there? I'm a little lost here. I'm not doing PMCCs.
I think that's what it is. I think he got called out of it at 165 or whatever, and it ran to 210 in a month and a half, and he missed out on all of it.
Well, I missed out anyway because I was out of the market in 2016 because I thought for sure Hillary was going to win. You know, I thought for sure she would win. Thank God she didn't. But I mean, I was surprised that the market shot up. You know, market was down big time. That after hours, the futures were down big time because they thought that she was going to win. And then it just came up. Like I should have got in the futures that night, but man, holy cow. I missed out on probably like a 15% run or something like that because I was sitting in cash and a lot. But he's right though. I wouldn't be doing a PMCC though. I'd be doing a traditional cover call. So yeah, so it could affect me. I'm gonna think about it. I don't know. Still, I don't know if I have any desire to own the stock, but you know, if it goes down 10% and I get a sign, then I turn around and do cover calls. And I mean, I kind of lost out with the Qs just recently. I lost like $1,300 because it just blew past my strike. I still made good money though. I'm not complaining, you know, but I could have made a lot more because I just didn't expect the market to make a 7% or 6% run, you know, in a matter of a month or whatever the hell it was. Apple Pay, Square, Venmo, and PayPal are all substitutes for credit cards.
No.
I use Samsung Pay actually.
I mean, can you? Well, I guess so.
You got Google
Venmo,
Pay
though. I don't think Venmo connects to your credit cards, do they?
It depends though, because I don't know if you can like. It depends on what you mean. What are we trying to do? Are we trying to like? If Gerry's going to sell me an item, he's going to try to put it on a credit card or something, or I'm going to try to put it on a credit card. I mean, I don't understand. Is this for only commerce?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Apple Pay. I look at all those as like cash transactions, not credit.
I pay every single week at Whole Foods using. I think it's called. Let me see. I'm using Samsung Pay, but I have 2 credit cards in there. Samsung Pay. There you go. Yeah, can't see it, but anyways, that's what I use. I pull that up, and they give me points. You know, I mean, so, but I can't go buy something off of, you know, Facebook Marketplace with that. Can't send people money with that. And here the thing is with that, maybe I'm missing it because that's actually a credit card is tied to.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even if, you know, PayPal is a substitute for a credit card, PayPal would have to give you a credit limit, a credit line.
So PayPal's tied to my checking, but I also have a credit card in there. Sometimes I put it on the credit card because I want the points.
Right. Exactly.
Right. It's the same thing. Amazon pays the same way. You can matter of fact, you can't even use gift cards with Amazon Pay. So it's tied to a credit card. So which is Visa or MasterCard or Discover or Amex possibly. So I don't know. I'm lost. Constitutional peanuts from Monty Python and our Holy Grail. Peasants, not peanuts. Constitutional peasants from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah. Last Monday it was, I think. Yeah, it was down, I think, one of the Mondays. Monday morning has been up, has turned at about 11, dropped from there. Wasn't it? No, I don't know. I can't. I'm purged last week, Gerry. Watch AFRM. It is the new darling, very volatile, and the only premium are wicked. Only premiums are wicked. Lots of opportunity both ways. Did I say that wrong, Gerry?
That's wicked.
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 Looks like wick to me, though. That's how you would pronounce it, right? When did you drop out of school?
I dropped out of school.
Why do you know more about it than I do?
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade. You're smarter than me. Jesus. Older and smarter. You're wiser, Gerry.
What was the thing that PayPal had that it was buy later, buy now, pay later? Remember that?
Layaway?
It was, but they gave you
6 months or something like that. A lot of places offer stuff like layaway now.
Yeah, but this was a long time ago where they did that. But Affirm, I think, is owned by PayPal, isn't it?
I've never heard of it, ever. I've never heard of Affirm.
It's like a point of sale, credit line. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not owned by PayPal because it's got its own ticker. So,
well, but it could be owned partially by PayPal and still have their own ticker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gaps in Affirm. I don't like it. There's a gap all the way down at what is that? 66. Another gap right there at 92. I don't know anything about Affirm. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, there's they're getting retail stores. It's just credit, a lot of it. They offer if you're going to buy something, right? Oh, you can get 6 months no interest through our Affirm. Just sign here and apply, and you can pay for it right at the point of sale. Things like that.
I've just never heard of it. Credit cards to me they're just a tool. I get 5% cash back on my Amazon card if you shop at Amazon. And the reason they can do that is because they think that people are going to put on the credit card and not pay it. They're going to pay interest, I haven't paid interest in 10 years plus, I pay everything every month I pay everything off. At least the statement balance, so I don't have to pay any interest. So to me, a credit card is just a tool. It's for number one, it's convenient. Number two, it protects you fraud-wise. Number three, you get points, So I paid for a trip with points. Kind of sad. AMC is the largest stock in IWM. I didn't know that. I haven't looked at the holdings in IWM. Actually, I thought we were talking about RK.
Well,
sorry.
The thing is, IWM is so huge that only represents 0.2%. So it's not.
Why would it be the largest stock in there, though?
It's all equal weighted, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, because look up IWM. It's 0.61, but most everything is 0.3%, 0.2%. There's 2,000 holdings in there, so it's not going to move the needle.
It's a total stock market.
That AMC go to zero, I won't even affect IWM.
Yeah, I thought for some reason RK was coming to my mind because I don't know. It's not really. I guess RK. Wait, is RK an innovation? What is RK?
It's
Yeah, I guess
yeah.
I guess AMC is not really innovation.
No.
They're not really innovating anything. Best option play you made in two. Oh, that's a good question. I could probably do a search for my biggest. I don't know the answer to that question, Michael.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, what's the best play? Is that like your largest return? Your like number one return that you had or something? I can figure out what my number one return was. We can do a scan for that while we're
Yeah,
talking.
I know the dollar amount, but I don't know what the percentage is
See,
because my
January
my
2021.
spreadsheet isn't that fancy. But
Mine will take a second because there's a lot of lines got to go through, but it'll get me it.
I got
Um,
300 bucks from TQQQ once.
Once, oh yeah, shit. Now that I think about it, all mine's gonna get aggregated as well, which is probably gonna be QQQ. Watch, you'll see. But I was trying to look at it like a single holding. That's the thing. All these are gonna be aggregated. My top 10 is gonna be all aggregated. Batman, I watched back in the day. The real, yeah, me too, a little bit. Kojak and whatever else. The hell, this person's back or what? Let me block him this time. Later. um, so QQQ was my number one producer this year at 9,800 bucks. Spy is at 5,200. Tesla's 3,300. TQQQ at 2,600. Amazon at 2,300. IWM at 18. AT&T at 1,600. KMB 1,600. Netflix at about 1,600. Those are the top 10 plays or whatever. Q's, Jerry. No surprise there.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe and Transformers. Yeah, he's our age, Jerry. He looks older than us, but I mean, just kidding there. Transformers, yeah. So Transformers has been out. I must have been in like second grade when Transformers was out, though. What about He-Man, and She-Ra? They shit can Nixon. Nixon. He got shit can or did he resign?
He resigned, but there was, I mean, I think the other option was they were going to arrest his ass.
I did move it a little bit. I don't know if you're saying it's still fucked up or what, but I did move it a little bit.
Yeah, he's got lights on the right side now.
Yeah. He back. What's that, man? Chico. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Chico. Moderator. Yeah, I already I nixed him. Nixoned them, Jerry. I wish I could block this guy if I could. I blocked him. I wish I could block. Yeah, okay. You can block. Yes. How do you get back in? Because I think they timed him out. I blocked him, so that person never come back. But whoever before, I think they timed him out. Will let me block it after whoever timed him out. There's your Grateful Man special right there. Marriott is nice. I don't know. I'm not touching Marriott. Sorry. Buy Leap. I'm not touching Leap anymore either. Probably. That was tempting on CCL though.
Yeah, I'm still looking at CCL.
It's so tempting on CCL. It really is. Like it's getting back to where it was like in 2020, which is very weird. You know what I mean? Like why is Marriott up and CCL is down,
Yeah. And they're sailing.
Yeah. Then sell a January 22 call at the strike credit. This one call wipes out all extremes. Yeah. I really don't care about that. Because I'm not really, I don't know. I do. I guess he's doing PMCC. I'm not trying to do a PMCC with my Babas because I don't want to be stuck in the damn thing. If the price comes up, then maybe I will. because I can make a boatload of money, you know. But I don't want to get stuck in it either. You know, like I get let, but man, 7 contracts, Gerry, make some big money off of it. I gotta wait for it to come up first. New name with a $5 upside potential. Can't IP ban. No. Can't you connect your bank account also? Well, I'm using Samsung Pay here. I don't even know what options you have. Money. Claim. I don't know. I have to look at that. Oh, wait. Samsung Money by SoFi.
Oh yeah, start using it, Dave. I got puts out on SoFi, so you got to prop them up.
I don't know what you can do with this, though. Wait, hang on a second. Is a cash management account that lets you do more with your money, earn interest on your balance, pay no account or ATM fees, I don't know. What would I use it for? I guess is the question. You know what I mean? Like I don't, what would I use that for versus doing PayPal when I can just, I don't understand. I don't know, Gerry. I'm just too old, I think. I'm a boomer. I don't know what to do. I don't even know why I would use that. I never use Venmo. I have no reason to use Venmo.
I still swipe my credit cards. I don't tap. I'm like the tapping thing. I'm like the tapping thing is like if it doesn't work, it pisses me the hell off. Like
I tap because I don't want to touch the damn thing. Not to mention you're using a chip too. So, Gerry, you're you're old school. That's like God. Like I'm at least somewhat newer school than this, but
I can't pay with my phone. I like I don't know.
I pay with the phone. I just go like that. Doom done.
Maybe I'll look into it.
You stick your credit card in though, at least to get with as a chip.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, that's fair enough. How did you get screwed if you were covered on the call side? Good question.
Here's the answer.
IWM. I made good money selling premium on calls between November. Yeah, okay. In November, mid-November 2020, I sold 170, jumped to 185, jumped to 190. Why'd you have to buy him back? I was letting it call away.
He was selling naked. Looks like.
Oh, I thought he was doing a PMCC. I'm not doing naked. I can't do naked in those counts anyway.
Selling premium on calls.
You doing naked, Matt?
That's what it sounds like. Because why would you buy them back if they weren't?
My leap leg was 150 and I sold monthlies.
Oh, okay. So then it was a PMCC.
PMCC.
But, so, I mean, you made money.
Yeah, you made money.
You had to buy them back, and then you sell the leap for the profit. So, right?
Oh, he got called away, and then he had to exercise. He had to the leaps to satisfy the short,
which should have been well above profit.
Yeah. We're not following you there, Matt. Like you made money. Unless you're complaining because you didn't make as much as you're supposed to make. I mean, that just happened to me. Like, I mean, it is what it is. It's just the nature of the game. But you made money, and you probably made darn good money for several years. Unless we're not understanding. Wouldn't call selling naked calls as yeah, no, that's not naked. Walmart, Fleet Farm, all do layaway. I think Walmart's been doing layaway for a long time.
They're back to doing layaway. They went away from it for a while.
Kmart was doing layaway. I mean,
I used to love layaway.
Just buying something you can't afford.
Hey, at least you made payments on it. And, you know.
Did you ever use RTO? Rent to own?
Oh, hell no.
That place was a ripoff.
Yeah, you read the fine print on that. This $200 TV, after all payments, will cost you $1,589.
Yeah, a console TV. But I mean, I never used it, but I don't know what it was, but something to me like that's like you're renting it by the week or something like that. I'm like, geez, that shit's expensive. I don't even know if those places exist. I mean, They really should still. Furniture, TVs are cheap enough now, but man, Affirm is not owned by PayPal. Many believe it will change how we pay, but yes, it was just installments in place of interest. Look into it along with a shop. I like Shopify. I have a Shopify store for the spreadsheets. I'm a big fan of it. They do charge me a monthly fee for it, but it is what it is. Etsy and Shopify are great. I don't know anything about our firm. I need to figure out what I would use it for. Like what I need to look at the practical reason. Why would I use it?
I don't think you would use it. I don't think any of us would use it, to be honest with you.
If you have a business, maybe.
If you have a business, yeah, you can offer
right?
you
Venmo
can offer
makes
a
sense if you have a
firm.
business, right?
Well, if you're a business, you can offer your customers a firm, which is an installment payment plan. So
Shopify is doing installments now because they talked about like doing that as an option. I'm like, $14.95? Who the hell wants to do installments on that for a spreadsheet? I'm like, I don't want people to do installments on that. Like, I don't. That's yeah. I'll have to take a look at it, Gary. I mean, I just don't know anything about it. I don't know what I would use it for, and I don't really like investing in things that I don't really know. That's me. Gerry has no problem with it though. Gerry, does 6 hour on the stock market?
6 hour? No, it's not.
No.
Just the two, as far as I know.
All right. I figured you'd know. If anybody's gonna know, it's you. Okay, so you was unhappy with the profits you were destined to make. That's what it sounds like to me. Yes, that was my gripe. Okay. The gripe is that he could have made a lot more.
Right. But you made money.
But you made money. The gripe really should have been, well, for me, the gripe would have been, oh fuck, I realized a bunch of freaking profits. I gotta pay taxes. That'd be my gripe. But I mean, the same thing happened to me just recently, Matt, with Qs. I had a 386, that freaking thing went all the way to on the Qs and went all the way up to over 400. And I had to close it out. Did I close it? What did I do with that? I closed it out so I could just sell one earlier. Yeah, I closed it out. I didn't let it. What's the other thing? It was a call. I didn't let it get called away. I reconciled it, Gerry, with what was the word? It's called an unwind. I did an unwind on it, Gerry.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Good night. I'm selling all my Affirm in the morning because of all those gaps you mentioned, but keeping the options plays. You didn't see the gaps, Gerry? That's a red flag for me. I think, what's SoFi looking like, Gerry?
SoFi is at the 52-week low almost.
There's not enough history out on it. That's the problem with SoFi, for me anyway. Good night, Gerry. 300 passive income in 5 minutes if Kansas City holds the lead. Where are you betting on that?
You on DraftKings or what?
Yeah, I think he says that they do legalize gambling over there in some of the places he's been in.
That's true.
Wouldn't you see his DraftKings? Donkey Kong? Can you do it anywhere in the world? Matt Freddy, I just saw the same DTE call as the Leaps. You did mention that on Thursday, that I should have just sold a 386, which I thought about doing, but yeah, I should have, because it would have been a boatload of money. It was in the money already. So it actually would have worked out because it's below that now, isn't it? So that's how it always works. That's just how things work for Dave, Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, it's below 386 now, so it worked out in my favor, actually. If the put is on the shelf for the nice play out. Actually, have 3 in that position right now. So if the vaccine gives you a third ball, will the booster grow a fourth? What was that?
I don't know.
Jeez. That's all they talk about now is a booster. They say get boosted. Go out and get boosted. You got to get boosted. It's like they're not even talking about get vaccinated anymore. It's get boosted. When's it gonna end?
Never.
The thing is now that everybody's vaccines are wearing off, you don't get the booster. It's like you're right back to where you were. Unless you had COVID. When or if the stock does a large run-up, or just make a third bigger, could make your two existing ones bigger. Highly unlikely at your age, but whoa, yeah, bad system this is. My fellow securities and derivatives degenerates. I'm not a degenerate, Gerry. You degenerate?
You
ever been a gambler, Gerry?
Yes. That's why I moved away from Sacramento.
It depends when you were there in Sacramento.
I was there in Sacramento no, I didn't. I never went to the Indian casinos. I lived in Roseville, right? Remember the shopping center that was right there down the street from HP? It was the only shopping center in Roseville at the time.
So Thunder Valley got, I don't know when you were there, but Thunder Valley got built in like 2003.
Oh, I was there in late 90s, 97.
There was no, Cache Creek was the closest place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Reno operated a bus from that Roseville parking lot
Jesus Christ.
to Reno.
That's a long drive.
It costed you nothing. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, free drinks in a lot of places I went to.
Yeah.
As long as you were gambling. You pull the wheel pull the wheel every 5 minutes, I am late to the stream today. Nah, you're good. People are traveling, so hotels are selling rooms. Also, they don't give you breakfast anymore. That's not true. Some do.
Some still do.
Some do. Like for example, Spring Hill Suites will. Residence Inns will. Fairfield Inn will.
They may not be hot breakfasts.
They're hot. Yeah,
some places have adjusted that though.
Typical Marriott breakfast. I know it well because I used to have it every day until
eggs and sausage.
Eggs and sausage are the main things, yeah.
And that paper thin bacon.
Yeah. Hot tubs and pools. They don't even clean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that stuff. The where I stayed, I just stayed back in August in Seattle, and they cleaned my room every day if I wanted to clean every day, but I didn't want to clean every day. There was no hot tub or pool in that place. But yeah, I think it's hit and miss. Depending on where. I only know Marriott's because that's the only place I stay at. But I tap because everybody and their mother touches the console. I don't even have the cord to just use my phone. I don't know what you're talking about there, Willis. Francisco. Cruise lines, though, still are not running that much. Yeah, I don't know. You want them to run more, then they need to get rid of the vaccine requirement. They'll fill up.
They're still sold out. The ones that are running.
Yeah, I'm not going on a cruise until they get rid of the vaccine requirement, which may not be ever. Who knows? Flame hot show tonight. Hit that like button. Newbie question. There's volatility in the markets right now. Does this mean premiums go up? Can I expect a higher payout from my XYLD next month?
Doubt it.
We think possibly that they sold those on Wednesday, right? Which could have screwed. Or wait, Gerry thinks they might have done on Friday, which could have screwed them.
Yeah.
If they did it on Wednesday, before we had that big down day, on Thursday, was it Thursday? Was that
Thursday? We're closed.
Thursday was closed, and then so if they did it on that Friday, that could screw QYLD, XYLD, and RYLD.
Yeah, because they usually do them on Thursday, I believe. Some of them do. There's a couple of different variations between them.
So the question is, did they do that on that Friday when the market was down big?
Yeah.
Or did they do it on that Wednesday?
So it's really possible that you'll see an actual lower payout.
Yes, possibly. But in general, yeah, premiums should have gone up. My gripe is that first of all, taxes are illegal. Ron Swanson. I agree. Taxes, well, at least federal tax for sure. There is no technically. I mean, there's been a lot of videos on it, but once you're indoctrinated, what are you gonna do? My bookie. I guess I didn't pay $80 worth of taxes. And get a notice in the mail. Okay, so I don't. Okay, so I pay the IRS, but hey, charge $2 interest. Do those ass webs pay me interest? No, I've been talking about that for years. You know, they don't pay me a penalty when they owe me money.
Yeah, I don't even understand that. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you guys are printing money, but you're gonna want to penalize me. Like, I don't get it.
That's my money. Yeah, I owe, I don't know, roughly about $42,000 to $45,000 in federal beyond what I've already paid this year, just for my job, right? Like, that's money that I've made. I've only paid one quarterly payment of 10 grand. I'll make another one in January. They're still going to probably ding me for a penalty. And Colorado will too. I don't really care. Whatever. This will be last year of paying big taxes. Yo, I'm back. I ended up selling my covered call ETNs. ETNs? Why is he using ETNs, Gerry?
He was yield chasing on this. That's what those are. Those are all designed for yield chasers.
Shame on you, Darth Dividend. Jeez. Slevo, isn't that like 26% or whatever?
Yeah. It's silver, oil, gold, and mortgages, I believe.
Shame on you, Double D. Can gamble from anywhere with a VPN. Yeah, I actually just I paid for a month of the Mozilla VPN because I'm testing it out, and I'll probably get it when I get back. I sold them for Jeppy, Devo, and Nusi. Why didn't? I mean, you just sold them? You should be out of those things a long time ago. Good night, guys. Good night, Matt. God, I thought I was down at the end, but a lot more shit came in. What's going on, Sven? Spin. Some did one lady. They see. Did some one ladies just burp? Yeah. Did she a young yesterday? Yeah. Asking
No,
for
she doesn't.
No. I would have dibs. How's it going? Let's see here. How are you? Darth, I like Jeppy. Me too. Matter of fact, what was I going to get in? I thought about dumping XYLD, Gerry, and just throwing it all and most of it into Jeppy. It's kind of the same thing. Just reduce position. Okay, vaccines go away, and the third and fourth wall go away, and you're left with two much smaller ones at that point.
Yeah, it'll just fall off after 6 months.
Tarantino or Scorsese? Both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both. Yes. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Both. I'm balls deep in the quadfecta. Devo, Jeppy, Nusi, QRD. Yeah. I like all those. QRD less. Seriously think about dumping XYLD and throwing it into Jeppy. I don't know why, I just do. Let me see here. I did the opposite a few weeks ago. Sold Devo, Jeppy, Nusi, and bought VTI. Yeah, if you can afford to do that, if you don't need the monthly income, you're not going to retire anytime soon, or if you've already retired and you got a big ass freaking bankroll, then that's fine. Matter of fact, I'm going to eventually dump the excess into those. Probably. Like if I make too much money, I don't need it. I'm living over in Vietnam. Dag Nam. then it only cost me $1,500, but I'll bring in 6,000. I'll put the rest in freaking VTI SCHD or something. Went from 37 holdings to NM1 to 4. Yeah, that's awesome. Much easier. I have SCHD. I like SCHD. Nice and simple. SCHG, you know that one, Gerry?
That's the growth for Schwab.
The Schwab growth. I have 4 1100 leap calls for Jan on shop. Jeez, let's take a look at shop. 1100. That must cost you a fortune.
Yeah, no kidding.
What did you pay for those things? Solar 12 cover calls. Yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't be doing a PMCC on that damn thing. I like Shopify, but I mean,
when did you
I think
buy
it's
those?
way overvalued.
Those got to be those. Yeah, those had to be a pretty penny.
Even at 1100, no freaking way. But you are also a goat, so
yeah,
grateful man. Hasn't brought up
Gucci bags.
He's got Gucci bags. Dave, have you considered ADC as a monthly dividend REIT? Nope, I have not. No thanks. Have you considered PSEC? Thanks for the stream, guys. Good night, y'all. Yeah, we're getting close to calling it. We're down towards the end. It's been going on for 2 hours and 26 minutes. Each year, do like 10 leaps, 2 years out, and then just roll. Yeah, I know. Gerry and I haven't talked about that. We could just literally sell leaps, just be done with the whole year. Just do 1 year out, be done with it, collect your 40, 50 grand and be done with it. Get long today and live video. Get long today for this live video. Yeah. I'm probably going to also throw QLD, XYLD, RYLD in my fractional share Roth to buy more shares of VTI, VGT. Yeah, you better put that in there before you start making a boatload of money at your, is that Cardinal Health? That's not Cardinal Health. What the hell is that?
No, I'm not sure what that one is.
Yeah. You start bringing down big bucks. You want me to put in money on that freaking Roth. Do you guys have experience with selling calls and Fidelity? Gerry might.
Yeah. I mean, I don't use the trader platform on Fidelity. I use the web platform, which is horrible. But I always have interactive brokers open. You got to be careful when selling on Fidelity options because that data is not live. So you may get the mid price and sell it and it fills, and next thing you know you're down 20% because that data wasn't live. So I always look at a live data feed in interactive brokers when I'm doing trades in Fidelity. Or you get Active Trader Pro and then that's the live data.
So to answer your second question, what broker is easiest, the user interface? Depends. I mean, it depends on which one you use the most and you become most familiar with, I think. It really doesn't, I can say this, Schwab's platform is a piece of shit when it comes to doing options. It's a pain in the ass. Even the app on the phone sucks. I hate it. It's a drag to use it. I hate it. Anyways, I put that thing to bed. Interactive Broker's been easy for years. It's easy to me. It might be hard to other people if they've never used it before, though, I've heard other people say it's difficult, Gerry.
Yeah, for me, I mean, you just gotta pick one and learn it, and then it's gonna be easy.
And they're pretty much
once you learn it.
I would say a lot of the platforms are pretty similar. The chains are displayed very similarly. They put them upside down like Gerry does. I might reinvest my dividend this weekend. I took XYD and RYD out of my kids' portfolio. She doesn't need them. Yeah. Why doesn't she didn't earn? I mean, she's like 27 years old, man. She's doing her own investing. She wants you to do it. Yeah, that's smart, buddy. PSEC, man, that's harsh. Fine, AGNC. Good night, guys. Yeah, we've been going for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. SCHD is my core. I like SCHD. I have one share by now, so we can continue to build it out. 3 more Sunday nights in 2021. Yeah, man. I can't believe this year's gone. All right, good night, guys. Yep, we're out, folks. I love the stream. Thanks, guys, for the wonderful discussion. Hey, thanks a lot for the MBB. AGNC, I'm sorry. Now my IPA tastes terrible. All right, y'all. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for answering the poll. And we had 94 votes in there, Gerry. 32% yes and 68% no. I'm going to end it. And yeah, all right, y'all. Everybody have a great week. Let's hope that we all have a good up day and get us out of some danger and all that. And anyways, be safe, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Roll on.
Roll Tide.